Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to show you how can use PhonePe API using Python. So previously on my YouTube channel, I have made two of the videos like on the Laravel and on the Node.js. So someone has demanded that please make a video on PhonePe API with the Python. So let us first see what we have done till now. So this is the same interface. You can click on pay. You can select the bank, test, test, submit, submit. And as you can see, there are two responses. The first one is the successful payment response, and the next one is the successful verification of the payment response. So let's dive into the code. I'm using PyCharm. You can use whatever editor you want. And for the framework, I'm using Flask, as it is a micro framework and it is very comfortable. And for this purpose, this is fine for me. If you want anything like Django, you can use that as well. Okay, so first see what we have imported. We have imported the Flux, obviously, and then the short UUID, the JSON, the base 64, the request module, the hash module, the default backend. So this is the hash small function that I have calculated, SHA-256 hash function that I have been writing down. This is the main function that is required. This is a helper function exactly. There is a base 64 helper as well, obviously. So in the previous videos as well, the rules are the same, obviously. And if I go into the PhonePe website, you can see these are the parameters there. The payload is there, obviously. Okay, not this one. The payload is obviously there, and you can see also the request base 64 and then the process of the formula with the SHA-256. Now, and this is the sample salt key, this is the endpoint, this is the index key, and I have taken from all of this from here. I've tried using this one here, but it has some kind of problems. So I have rewritten the code on this. So I have calculated the SHA-256 string, the base 64, the Flask entrance, so initiating the Flask, obviously, the first route, that is the route which is on here, the first route. It is not written to me, the first route when the interface was loading. Okay, and it has that same small message. Okay. Now the second route, the pay route. So in the pay route, there is a merchant ID, which is a shortened UUID, unique transaction ID, the redirect URL, and the redirect mode and the callback mode. Some of you asked me about this redirect URL and callback URL. So you are getting the response on the redirect URL. You want to get the response on the callback URL. Then you have to put both the same URL, and this method should be not be redirect. This method should be post. Exactly. Okay, so index is there, the endpoint is there, the salt key is there, and first we have to base 64 the main payload, that is this one. Then base 64 plus endpoint plus salt key should be SHA-256 encryption, and then SHA-256 encryption plus this 3 hash and index should be added, and this is the checksum value. So once this checksum value is going, a successful payment has been initiated, and the request is the base 64 model for this payload. Exactly. Now this is done. When you return to that URL, the return URL, that is me URL, exactly here, this is the return URL, and once you redirect to this URL, this index is 1, this endpoint has been changed a little bit. Okay, so this is the endpoint, this is the endpoint exactly. This should not be the endpoint here. Just I've copied that. This is the endpoint, the status endpoint. This should not be the pay endpoint here. Okay, the status endpoint. with the merchant ID. Obviously, the merchant ID should be changed according to your need, your thing. If you are using a live credential, the merchant ID will be changing out. So you have to remove the static stats and change the merchant ID. And obviously, I'm verifying the transaction ID, but you should be in a production environment. We should always verify the amount that is given on the payload and receiving from the payload. So what we are sending and what we are receiving, we should match the amount, because sometimes hackers try to integrate into the system or try to manipulate the system, and that's at that time this verification should help a lot. So I have also written a small note in this one. Also in my Node.js code, this note was written there. So now here is the SHA-256 payload. Again, SHA-256 and checksum value. Once the checksum is generated, transaction ID I have copied out from the receiving part. Receiving from the receive request.forms, I have got the form transaction ID that I am sending this transaction ID exactly. Okay, so after that I'm requesting again, and once the request is coming is I'm just passing it to the template. So I have used the same index HTML template that I'm using in all the videos, and that's all. So if you go into this, and you can see the payment is successful, and the transaction ID is this, and obviously it's matching, and that is why the payment is successful. Uh, Okay. So thank you for watching this video. I would be definitely putting the code link in the description. If you like my videos, do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.